Welcome to Soul Discovery with Kelly.
And Kelly.
We are not in the same place today to record this podcast, so we thought we're going to do it over video. So welcome everyone. This is going to be a short one that's leading us into the solstice. We just did a workshop actually on Sunday
Yep.
talking about a lot of different things, but about ego, shadow, and inner child work and how to rebalance your nervous system. And we did some activation. So we thought that we would gift everyone with an activation and a meditation today. So we want to thank everybody who listens to our podcast or watches some of the videos that we put up. Thank you for hearing what we have to say and interacting with us and liking it. So I don't know, Kelly, do you have anything else to add?
Um, well, we're getting close to what a lot of people refer to as Christmas, and some of the old holidays that actually line up that we're experiencing. The energies of the old holidays, what people like non-Christian holidays beforehand, and in December we have the 12/12 gateway, and this year I think the New Year's Eve falls on a 1 2 3 1 2 3 date.
Or so, yeah, yeah.
Really significant energetically. There's a lot that's going on the planet energetically. We have a great deal of awakening that is happening. Um, Even though people are just waking up to sort of like the 3D surface level of things going on that are not beneficial to the human race, which is great. Energetically, this past month we've actually seen a massive um, black spot on the sun, literally
Yeah.
half the size of the sun, almost at least 1/3 of the sun. So this is like brand new, never ever been witnessed in recorded human history before. So this is a significant indication that the central sun of Alcyon is actually um, putting out immense levels of energy and light codes and information, and the solar winds that have been recorded by the satellites out in space uh, have never been seen before. So there's a lot of solar activity going on. And when we get into this time of the year on this specific calendar, even though it's a 12-month calendar, getting into the specific time of year, there's an incredible amount of energy that comes onto the planet. One of the big things that is different is that there's no abatement, as in the energy isn't letting up. It's not lessening after like the 12/12 portal in December that we experienced. The lunar calendar has been right on the mark in terms of major emotional information coming to the surface.
Mhm.
We are wanting to share some of our own perspective and some of our own information, and um, some of what we did in the workshop this past Sunday was actually sharing information about new embodiment templates, new Christos templates, if you will, new templates for ascension, really. And there are a lot of people that talk about this, but the difference between what you and I share is that we come from a place of this isn't about likes or fancy shiny videos or putting anything up. This is about supporting people who are interested in learning and who are understanding that there's an evolution happening on the planet. And this is sort of the big thing, is understanding that evolution is not just physical. We've had so much focus on evolution through Darwin's theory that we have lost track of our own higher self evolution, the evolution of our anointed selves, is the Christos self, or our connection to our own higher self, our I am presence. And a lot of the information on the planet is about uh, trying to keep us sedated mentally and emotionally and ignorant of the fact that we are energy first, that we are not just a meat sack. Anyone who believes that the body is just a meat sack needs to understand that every molecule in the body is connected by energy. You
Yes.
have energetic fields around you. You are energy first. All of the information coming from source, from creation, from the solar winds and the light codes coming from our stargate, the sun, hits our energy body first and has to slow it down and has to integrate it into our physical body, which is why we have what people refer to as ascension symptoms. And it's really important to understand your body and what you're feeling in your body so that you can integrate and heal yourself. And, as a friendly reminder, anytime that you are actually doing healing work for realizing when you are being emotionally responsible and pulling in things that you put out in the past, projections, judgments, fears, anxieties, when you are healing that and you're stopping those patterns, what you are doing is you are actually giving yourself an upgrade, an energetic upgrade. And this is how spiritual evolution happens on an energetic level, is that we have these choices to either abandon ourselves to being overwhelmed and emotionally irresponsible, as in not processing all of our emotional trauma, or we can stand in our truth, which is that we are beings of light, that we are here to have a spiritual evolution and a spiritual experience and grow beyond the mere concept of being stuck in a 3D meat sack. The one of the biggest correlations to this as a physical reality that we are from divine source is that our DNA strands in our bodies, the sulfide bond in between the double helix, actually spells out Yahweh, which is, an ancient name for God. So it's literally imprinted in our DNA. The signature of the divine is literally in our DNA. And when we begin to understand them, this is, all of the spiritual traditions talk about this. And the reality of being an envelope of particle fields working together to as a 3D construct, or whether or not you think that you're just, physical specimen where your spirit having a physical experience, or whether or not you don't at all. It's kind of like, you don't need to believe in chi for it to work. You don't need to believe in chi for it to, manifest in your body or for it to be moving in your body. It's like people who, want to object to these types of concepts. I like to just remind them that, they're typing on a smartphone. And what does that smartphone do? Does like what does it do? It sends out an energy wave, a packet of particles in a specific code to send an email, to send a text, to open up a web browser. To these are basically all small packets of particles that are being sent out to receivers and antennas, which is basically what the human body is too.
Yes, that's what we were talking about at the workshop, was that your body is a marvelous piece of technology, but we
Yes.
tend to look outside of ourselves for those other things and how this works instead of actually going inside to understand how we work. And there was an interesting thread that someone had on social media that you and I were talking about, and that we shared, was that there's a difference between awakening and wanting a better dream life.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And that was really a great thread. I love that because a lot of times we can get caught up, and I know I've gotten caught up in that too, where I want a better house or I want more money or I want a different job, and we focus on those things and try to manifest those things when that's really about a better dream life. And it's okay to want those things. Like, that's another thing. I'm not saying it's not okay. It is okay for you to want those things. But an
Yeah.
awakening itself is a destructive process in which you want to know the truth.
Yes.
And I know for me personally, I want to know the truth. I want to understand how my body actually works. And it
Hmm.
doesn't really matter what I do in the outside world for money or a job or where I live, because I know my divine mission is actually to figure that out. That's what I want to figure out is the things that I don't know. So to let go of all the things that are part of the illusion, but we get caught up in another part of the illusion because we think, oh, manifesting more money or this or that, when it's actually that's just kind of surface stuff. It's
Yep.
not an awakening. An awakening is about seeing all the lies that you tell to yourself or that have been told to you that you've adopted as truth.
Exactly. Yep. Yep. And this is why learning to listen to the body is so important, because it is our body. Our skin is our largest organ, and it is what tells us through feeling that we're receiving information, that we're integrating information, that we're processing information, or that we're interacting with information that doesn't feel good, or that we're interacting with energy or information that does feel good, that
Hmm.
is loving and kind and stuff like that. And people, cannot deny that they have feelings, that they feel things. And this is a really important part of spiritual evolution and spiritual growth, is being comfortable with how much we feel and on how many different layers and levels we feel. Sometimes it takes time to wake up to this. Sometimes people don't wake up to this. Others are born into it and wander around wondering what the heck is wrong with everybody. Um, but yeah, the awareness of self and being able to feel and differentiate between what is an illusion, or what is a story that we've told ourselves that's false, is the first step in waking up to the patterns of the stories that we use to condition ourselves, that we tell ourselves to keep ourselves stuck in our patterns, in our stories, and our conditioning. And this is, why I wanted to teach in the first place, teaching the Qigong and classes that we do, is to give people an option, to show people that there's other ways to stay healthy and strong that do not involve pharmaceuticals, that do not involve medication, or going to the gym. And there are other ways of connecting with self at deeper levels and being able to refine your sensitivities through long practice, which is just basic good gung fu. Every martial artist that I've talked to that has trained for 30 or 40 years has an understanding of their sixth sense, has an understanding that there are greater realities out there than the mind can comprehend.
Hmm.
Because decades and decades refining your connection to your body, you begin to experience things that just don't fall into the mainstream thought process or mainstream reality at all.
Yeah. So do you want to share before we begin a little bit about the new template or well not um, energy that we want to share with everyone for them to integrate where it comes from?
So the energy, or the, as you put it, the templates. We were talking about them as templates, so let's refer to them as templates. Um, the templates that we share come from the Orifim, the Emerald and Diamond orders of the Orifim, hosts of light. The Orifim are here in this universe, on this planet, to actually help humanity ascend, to help humanity evolve spiritually, specifically by providing more information about more and more advanced levels of energy, of realities that we can embody and integrate into our physical structures. And the Orifim are a specific order of archangels, or actually, sorry, Elohim. I just got corrected on that. It's like, I'm like, oh, that was loud. There's a specific order of Elohim that are specifically entrusted with the divine structure, the crystalline structure that humans are awakening to. And by crystalline structure, it's like, no, we're not going to all turn into crystals. We actually already have crystals inside of us. This is our fascia and our tendons and our ligaments. And all the crystalline structures, like all of the minerals, like our bones, are actual crystalline structures. So we actually have a tremendous amount of crystalline structures already in us. And what the Orifim do is they allow us to integrate, and they support us integrating and bringing into ourselves information and energies that help us wake up the dormant crystalline structure inside of our body already. The information, everything is already inside of our bodies, and what they do is they help us align with our heart. and with the virtues of light, which guide us to become true aspirants or cellas or students of our own path of the divine illumination, the illumination of creation, the divine codes of source that we have embedded in us, in our literally in our bones, in the molecular structure of our body, the energy between our molecules. They are here to help us understand that this isn't a mental thing and it's not just a heart thing, but it's a whole body. It is a physical experience. And this is a big misunderstanding out in the world these days because we've got a lot of hermetic ideas out there, and hermetic ideas are actually just based in mentalism, in a really old, say from the 1500s, perception of the world where the mind is everything. And the hermetic principles are actually completely wrong about our divine nature and are so kindergarten when it comes to the reality of spiritual evolution. I would need to write a whole book just to you know explain how wrong they are. And they are very dualistic, they're very black and white, and they're very limited as to the understanding of reality, and they're external. So this is one of the things where the information that Kelly and I share is all about internalizing, going inside and physically embodying. And the problem with the new age spirituality these days is that it's all mental based, it's all mental analysis, it's all information based, and there's no physical application. There's no understanding of your spiritual evolution actually being about activating the energies in your body to engage the crystalline structures that are deeply embedded. They couldn't get rid of them when we were changed into the humans that we were. To this day and age, is 3D reality with five senses. Humans are so powerful that the only thing that can be done with our DNA and the crystalline structures in our bodies is to mute them. And of course, one of the ways that this is being done is by all the chemicals in our environment, food and water and all that. Except we are, I guess, learning that there's more, and you keep your body clean, and you can activate these things. You can activate these layers of information that we already have.
Very well said. So
Thank you.
that's good. So, in keeping with what I said about sort of keeping this a shorter podcast, I had picked a card from this deck. I'm going to hold it up to the camera as much as I
Yeah.
can. Hopefully, you see it. The Secret Language of Light by Denise Jarvie, Transmissions from Your Soul. And actually, the card that I picked was, is that in the camera?
Yep.
Called Soul Journey.
Nice. Beautiful.
So
Beautiful
it's
card.
such a beautiful card. So everyone just take a moment. If you're seeing this, just take a moment to kind of take in that visual while I'm holding it up. And if you're listening to this instead and you're not watching our video, then just absorb the words and absorb the information. So I'm going to begin with reading this little meditation and relaxation, and then we're going to gift you with some energy, and then we're also going to do some invocations to end it off. And we hope everybody enjoys their holiday, solstice, whatever, however you celebrate the season, or if you do not celebrate it at all, that we wish you well. Soul Journey, you are ready to start. A new chapter is beginning for you right now. This time, go easy on yourself. Be the courageous, loving being you are. Breathe into the present moment and allow any anxieties to drop away. Enjoy the journey and stop thinking the future will be something better. When the future arrives, it will be now. Step out of the shadow of your past. All that matters is what you decide to do from this moment. Your life is yours to live, and you are responsible for the quality of it and to live it in whatever way is meaningful to you. Trying to understand your reason for coming here will just hold you back. Remember, everything you have done was the best thing to do at the time, or you thought it was. As you move forward, you will understand your motives. Experience allows you to better handle crisis. You are now deliberately creating a new chapter in your life. You are such an amazing pioneer. Close your eyes, slow your breathing, and be present in the now by focusing on your breath. Follow your breath as it moves in and out. Everything in your heart and mind softens. Reach out for a thought or a memory or an experience that makes you smile. Hold that in your heart. You are new and fresh in each moment, filled with the eternal wisdom that flows from your accumulated experiences. Focus on what makes you smile. Right now, you are affecting change in you and your life by focusing on what you are good at and what you enjoy. Feel the sense of accomplishment and serenity as you create change in your life. I want you to picture in front of you, it could look like a scroll or a stone tablet or a piece of paper. The energy in front of you could look like anything, however it appears to you, and whatever color it appears to you in. There are many colors that it could be. It could be green, violet, magenta, red, orange, indigo, yellow. Just see it floating right in front of you, in front of your heart space. However it appears to you, that is yours and yours alone to accept. There could be writing on it or symbols. And even if you don't understand what it means, your soul does. The messages are for you. The information is for you. And accept that information into your body, into your heart right now. Accept it. Allow yourself space to integrate it, to process it, and to digest it. There is no rush to understand. Just feel, remember that space of serenity and peace and the things that make you smile. And accept this for you at this time. Know that whatever insights you get in the coming days or anything that you feel you need to make a change in your life will be coming from the new chapter that you are now writing for yourself.
Great Arcturus, God of splendor, Elohim of violet fire, anchor now thy victory through us. To be like thee we aspire. Violet fire of God's perfection, dear Arcturus now controls. Cosmic flame of resurrection, in its heart our earth it holds. Great Arcturus, for earth's victory, now thy violet fire release. By thy great transmuting power, change all discord into peace. Free our earth and all upon it, from all never meant to be. All the angels, elementals, all on earth now worship thee. God of glory, light resplendent, in thy radiance we all live. Through thy ray in every forehead, light expand and wrongs forgive. Thine the power, thine the glory, thine the victory, God's success. We call for thee and thy loved one, all God's gifts of happiness. Elohim of
Elohim of
peace,
peace, in God's glorious name,
we call forth,
forth
O
oceans,
of thy
thy
golden
golden flame. Flame from the heart of the great central sun, guarded, expanded by thee, Holy One. Great is thy
is
wisdom, thy love, and thy might. Heavenly glory floods forth on thy light. Harmony, healing, beauty to bring, to thee we joyously sing.
peace is the healing of every distress. Peace is the feeling of God happiness. Peace is the power of all God control. Peace every hour will victory hold. Peace is forgiveness again and again. Peace in the heart, the soul, and the mind. Peace fulfills God's great design.
Elohim of peace, to thee ourselves we give. In thy full glory forever let us live. Now take possession, command, and control. Over our worlds thy dominion now hold. Seal our sweet earth in thy radiance too. Rule all her people in all that they do. Make them the glory of freedom's heart. They are of your world a part.
Glory of all our great universe dear, great central sun, we call all thy love here. Flooded around our dear Elohim of peace, make all his power and glory increase. Bless his beloved with heavenly grace. Let their great glory combined fill all space. Let all that live now bless thee, dear one. We love thee, great central sun.